Hi everyone, it is the day, tax day 2017, April 18th. Um, I hope that you got your taxes done before now, because if not, you need to file an extension. Toot sweet. I'm excited I didn't get any April Fool boxes this year. It's always a good thing. Um, so yeah, I've had a couple of discussions with people today about taxes, and really it kind of comes down to um, being prepared. Preparation is everything. Um, I just a sec. I'm going to share this to my personal page, and maybe I will try to stop my camera from zooming in and out. That's annoying. So, yeah, were you prepared? Did you get everything taken care of? Kind of wanted to start off with that because, it is the day. You know how much easier tax season becomes when you don't have to follow my face. Turn that off. I don't want that. When you don't have to worry about preparing for tax season, when your bookkeeping is already ready already, it makes the whole season so much easier for everybody, for you, for your accountant, for your peace of mind, being able to sleep at night. So I wanted to talk a little bit. It has really been a long day. It has been a long day. History is what I wanted. I had some great content up that I was going to talk about, and then I restarted my computer, which means that I have to find my content again because I didn't even think about that. Shame on me. So let's talk a little bit about why. Let's talk about startups. It's important to make sure that as a startup, it's human nature to kind of want to focus your attention on the activities that make you money. The catch is that your back office is so vitally important. And I've had a lot of people, try to justify not going ahead and hiring a bookkeeper, not going ahead and hiring an accountant, saying that the revenue's not there yet. But that can be fatal to your business, and I'm going to explain why. The first reason is that your accountant, you can be as busy as you want, chasing your tail and selling widgets all day long, but if you don't get paid on them, it doesn't do you any good. Your bookkeeper is the one that tracks your accounts receivable. That's a very important asset. We make sure that you get paid. Still not what I wanted. I don't know where it went. Well, you can run around as much as you want selling widgets, but if you don't get paid for your widgets and you don't get paid in a timely manner, then that can be absolutely fatal to your business. And a lot of people forget about that. Even if you have a point of sale, if you invoice at all, if there's ever a delay in how fast you get paid, you need a bookkeeper to track that. Even if you get paid as you go. Now, for me, I get paid as I go. I get paid every week. But things happen. Checks bounce, credit card numbers, expiration dates come up. Even though, you know, I don't really have accounts receivable, every once in a while something will come up that I need to be on top of. And unless I'm looking at that frequently, and by frequently I mean once a week or more, I won't know about that. And I don't know about you, but as much as I love to do what I do, I also really like to get paid for it. So I want to make sure that I can, that I get paid on time. On the other side of that is making sure that your bills are paid on time. Now, a lot of times vendors or creditors will extend at least a 2% discount if you pay by the 10th day of the month. It's the one I've seen most often is 2% by the 10th. And that doesn't sound like a lot. I know kind of for my female shopping type of brain, it's not really even exciting till it's 50% off. 2% is almost nothing. You think. I mean, we all kind of go 2%'s not much. But 2% can be quite a lot of money. And you would rather save that money than to be charged 2% per month if you're late. Bookkeepers will help you manage your cash flow, both cash flowing in and cash flowing out, simply by bringing them to your attention. A lot of things happen in businesses because attention is not being paid to them. That's where you get creditors calling, wanting to know why their bill hasn't been paid. And your bookkeeper is the one that, you know, would be able to give them the answers to the questions that they have. I just am so mad at myself for losing this content that I wanted to share. Here it is. So you need to make sure that you're getting paid. You need to make sure that your bills are being paid, because delaying on either one of those, I have seen contractors, especially if they're building contractors, they have one client at a time. That client could owe them millions easily, and if that client doesn't pay them on time, and most contractors will do a thing called progress billing or progress invoicing, then, you know, it kind of flows downhill. Then the contractor can't pay the subcontractors, who can't pay their guys, who then don't want to come to work, and that means that your work doesn't get done, right? So if you're in business, you need to get paid, and if you're in business, you also need to make sure that your bills are being paid on time. If you have an aging accounts receivable, then it's important to get your bookkeeper on board to make sure that these things are taken care of promptly. It's so much easier. It's so much easier to take care of these things early on. I was just talking to a client about that too. I talk about these things a lot because it's important to me. I mean, I kind of joke that I'm in financial services because I really love money, and I love to see the way it's treated and how it reacts to the way it's treated. Money actually has an energy of its own. And I was telling him, you know, I do books every week for each one of my clients. I work on their books every single week because it is so much easier for me to call my client and say, what was this $1,500 charge to this vendor last week? And they're going to remember it. It's still going to be at the front of their mind. If I call and I say, what is this $1,500 charge to this vendor 3 years ago, then they have to kind of dig. And anytime you're dealing with customers, you want to make things as easy as you can for them, which means that you have to be in contact with them a lot more often. And the more recent the transactions, the more likely they're going to be able to remember off the top of their head. If they have to go and dig through a box of receipts or find a checkbook or anything. And let's be honest, they hired me to make their life simple, not complicated. So they're probably not going to want to do that unless I've kind of primed them in advance. Lack of businesses go under because they don't have the information that they need, management information. Again, things that get ignored have a way of kind of, if they're important, they have a way of becoming urgent really quick. And today is kind of one of those ways of showing that if you don't pay attention to your tax situation, eventually tax day shows up and you need to be prepared for it. By making sure that your cash flow is working well, that your paying clients are paying, and that your bills are being paid, now we have the foundation to get you the management reports you need. You can't make decisions without information. You can't trim what you don't track. You can't manage what you don't measure. A very wise man told me that many, many times. He's really smart. If you don't have this information at your fingertips, you can't make good decisions. That's really what it comes down to. And if you can't make good decisions, you're not going to make, the decisions may not be the best ones for your company. Fraud. This is another really good reason to have a bookkeeper, especially a third-party bookkeeper with no access to your money. If you're working with me, I don't have access to your money. I don't want access to your money. I will probably even tell you, I've had clients try to put me on their accounts. Don't want it. Because we've all seen the headlines, right? However, as a third-party bookkeeper without access to your money, where you're seeing everything that is going out or coming in, I can help you eliminate fraud. Now, several years ago, we did books for a trucking company. And it was interesting because one partner was out of state and the other partner was here locally. And the partner that was here locally did not want to give us the information that we were asking for. Well, lo and behold, he was embezzling funds. And the fact that he wasn't being forthright with this information, forthcoming with this information, kind of did him in. He ended up going to jail. So there's, we can't keep people from defrauding you. All we can do is keep the honest. But a lot of times, if they're aware that there's a third-party bookkeeper that's looking at their books, looking at your books frequently, and is going to be calling to ask questions if there's a problem, if there's somewhat less than honest, which thankfully doesn't happen very often, it's just that when we hear about it, it's a big headline, then they're less likely to try to defraud you because they know that there's lots of people looking at the books and that they will get caught. And of course, the reason for today, the reason you really want to get your books done frequently and properly is tax day. You need to plan in advance. Right now is the time to start planning for tax day 2018. Now is the time to figure out how much do you want to, what kind of accounts can you open up that can shelter some of your money? What kind of expenses should you be looking for that are a good deduction for you? Start looking now. This is the time. I keep telling all of my clients if they are no longer on catch-up with me, and I do have a catch-up program, so as long as they're on the catch-up program, I can't promise this. But if they're off the catch-up program, I'm working on their current books, and I can promise them that by the second week of January, they are ready to file their taxes. They don't have to stress about it. Now, that kind of brings me to the last reason you need to hire a bookkeeper, you need to hire one right away, is stress. Again, money kind of has its own energy. And that sounds really weird and new agey, I guess, but it's true. And if you're stressing about money, if you're sitting up at night worrying about money because you don't know what's going on, and you don't know if you're going to be able to make payroll, and you don't know what you're going to do next, and you don't know if your expenses are in line with your revenues, there's nothing worse than not knowing. At least personally, when it comes to my money, there's nothing worse than not knowing. I want to know down to the penny where my money's going, and money is very friendly to me. I always seem to manage to obtain the money or earn the money that I need right when I need it. And proof of that is the fact that my second daughter is on her way to Disneyland right now without me, but she gets to go with the school choir. So that's, kind of the biggest reason why, even if you're the smallest, tiniest startup, you need to put your focus on earning the money, and then you need to hire a bookkeeper to help you manage your money. And by doing that, I've actually seen small businesses go from being a single owner, one person, no payroll. Once they got the bookkeeping off of their plate, their business exploded. It was amazing to watch it. And I've seen it happen over and over and over. If you know what to expect, if you know where your money's going, if you're not expending energy doing bookkeeping tasks that you may not be the best person to do, which does not mean, a lot of my clients know what I'm talking about. But, if I can do it in 5 minutes, but it takes my client an hour, even if it only takes them 5 minutes, that energy is better spent going into their business and not worrying about the books. And I promise it brings huge, huge return on investment. Have a wonderful day. Tax season is now over. I am so glad. And you guys have a great, great week.